What's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel guys. Today we're gonna see the horror animation guys about the visitors. And if you're new to my channel guys, please like and subscribe and hit that subscribe button right now. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you guys. So before we're gonna start the channel, I wanna say something guys. Guys, please wear a mask and please be safe at home due to coronavirus COVID-19, and I hope you guys are safe and please take care of your health. So we're gonna start the channel guys right now.
Was ready to burst out of my chest.
Yeah.
My lips quivered, but my throat could only make incoherent sounds.
Really?
That's
Oh
when
my
the
God.
doorknob started to turn, the locks disengaging as if by magic. Slowly, it happened last Friday night. I was writing an email in my study room when I heard a strange noise in the kitchen. I became distracted when I heard sounds emanating from the kitchen, but I dismissed it at first. After all, the house I resided in was very old, so I often hear some noises. Another 5 minutes had passed. I heard the sound again. This time, it was some sort of clicking noise.
Oh.
I started to sweat. Then it was the sound of the back door being open. I grabbed my revolver from my desk, got out of my chair, and discreetly walked out of my study room.
Okay.
I tiptoed into the hallway. I was surrounded by darkness, but what frightened me the most was as if I saw a man, wrapped in a shroud, lurking in my house. But that's when I realized the darkness also worked to my advantage. I knew my house very well, and I can walk with my eyes closed, so I didn't feel the need to switch the lights on. Because if there was really someone in my house, I want to catch him before he finds me. As I walked down the hallway, I listened carefully, but only heard silence. Was I imagining things? While pondering this, I heard a delicate padding sound coming from the kitchen. It didn't sound anything like shoes or boots. Was it possible that whoever was in my house took their shoes off? It sounded like the footsteps of a child or a large dog. "Hello," I shouted out to no one in particular. I whispered to myself to calm myself down. "I have a gun in my hand, and the police are on the way," I yelled again. What was I thinking? I should have called the police before I came out of my study room. Ugh. I made my way to the kitchen, entered slowly, only to find that I was the only one in the kitchen. Everything seemed to be in place. But when I switched on the lights, I struggled to stop myself from screaming.
Okay.
The back door, which was double locked by me 2 hours earlier, was wide open. Fueling my horror was the fact that 2 pairs of barefooted muddy prints led towards the stairway. I quietly shut the door. I really hope no one's in the house with me, I thought to myself as my heart pounded a mile a minute. And if someone did get in, how were they able to unlock the doors from the outside? As I followed the footprints, I overheard a muffled voice coming from upstairs. Someone was inside my bedroom. I did my best to calm my nerves. I had to be objective here. This was happening in my house. The voice was coming from my bedroom, which threatened my safety. My privacy was invaded. This is something I needed to handle it myself. I made it to the bottom of the steps and switched on the light. "Show yourself," I screamed. No response. "There's a gun in my hand, and I'm not afraid to use it," I shouted bravely. "Surrender now, and you won't get hurt." My adrenaline surged, and by this point, I stopped being cautious. I got upstairs faster by walking 2 steps at a time, throwing open the door of my bedroom, and pointed my gun at nobody. My bedroom was the only room on the 2nd floor, and it was completely empty. I saw the same set of footprints on my kitchen floor, which were now on the 2nd floor, only these footprints stopped right in the center of the bedroom. A chill ran down my spine. I opened the closet, looked under my bed, behind the curtains, every hiding spot in the room, and found no one. Was I losing my mind? I walked back into the hallway, when suddenly, the door behind me slammed shut. I screamed in terror, bolting down the steps, through my kitchen, and right into the study room. I made sure that the door was closed behind me, locked tight. After collapsing on my armchair, I passed out. I was awoken by footsteps walking down the steps, through my kitchen, and towards the study room's door. And the door lock seems to have no ability in stopping this unknown thing. My eyes were focused on the knob, waiting for it to turn. My blood ran cold again. I heard a creepy voice came out on the other side of the door. There was a voice whispering in the hallway. The voice sounded like it belonged to a dead person. My heart was ready to burst out of my chest. My lips quivered, but my throat could only make incoherent sounds. That's when the doorknob started to turn, the locks disengaging as if by magic. Slowly, the door had creaked open. Nothing was standing in the doorway when it opened, though. Just darkness and emptiness. At this point, I feared I had gone crazy. Once again, the distinct sound of footsteps was heard, but they were now moving away from my study room. My back door was opened and then closed, leaving me alone in the deafening silence. After a while, I gained the courage to head towards the kitchen. The light was still on, as if nothing was being touched. My back door had been closed, and the locks were engaged. My eyes caught some paper folded on the kitchen table. I picked it up, breathed a sigh of relief after reading it, and laughed hysterically. It says, "Sorry, wrong house."